Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Systeme.io podcast with me, Natasha Pinto. Join us as we discuss all things digital marketing and entrepreneurship. Here, online business owners take us on a journey how they went from zero to launch. Today, our guest is Ivan Mana. He's an online business owner, affiliate marketer, course and content creator. Hi, Ivan.
Hey, Natasha. Nice to be here.
Lovely to have you here. We are really excited to have you on the podcast. So, to get us started, can you give us a little bit of your history? How did you get started online and what were you doing before?
Yeah, so I actually started, I remember this date, January 1st, 2017
Sure.
is when I first started looking into online marketing. I went through every single YouTube video, blog post, everything so I could learn about it. So before that, I was a student in university, and I was working at a bank. And so while I was working at a bank, I had a chance to see some income statements, obviously, because I was responsible for giving out mortgages and lending products. And I had some people come to me that were making income online, that were applying for a mortgage. They were making a lot of money. They were very young people. They're making a lot of money just working from home. And that kind of got me interested. And so I heard about this online marketing thing a few more times from different people, different relatives, and it got me curious. And so January 1st, 2017 is when I first decided, okay, that's it. I'm going to look this up. And I did. So I went on YouTube, typed in online marketing, Facebook ads, Google ads, all this stuff, and got interested. And that's where my journey began.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you started off while you were a student and you were working in a bank. What were you studying?
Yeah, I was studying commerce and finance. So business, basically.
All right. So you were sort of headed in that direction originally and was inspired to take this turn suddenly.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you handle obstacles in your new career? Because oftentimes people are very interested in entrepreneurship and then they hear about people struggling to get it going, struggling to make money off of it actually. So how do you handle obstacles, and have you got any advice for us?
Yeah. So I think the right answer is you have to just keep going, realize that it's just an obstacle. But the main question is how to do this, right? And I think it's sort of a mentality thing. You have to understand that success, this is what my brother said, by the way, this not credit to me, but I found this really inspiring, is that success is not a ladder. So it's not like you can keep going up the ladder and then if you fail, you go all the way back down. That's not what success is. Actually, success is horizontal. So obstacle is just part of the whole journey. And you have to understand that you will make mistakes. Even if you watch and learn every single thing about any topic, let's say online marketing, that's what I always tell people. If you learn everything you can about online marketing, you will still make your own mistakes. You will still make your own mistakes. There's lots of testing to be done, and that's fine. That's part of the process. So you just have to understand that. If you fail, it's just part of the process.
Okay, that's some really good advice to kind of keep people going. Are there any mistakes that you made when you were just starting out that you could share with us?
Certainly plenty of mistakes. When it comes to online marketing, there's a lot of areas for improvement. Your website, your ads, specific keyword targeting. So I can't think of anything specific, like a specific big mistake that cost me. But I know that I made a bunch of mistakes making crappy looking websites, bad looking ads, bad targeting. And it's fine. Like I paid the price for it. I spent some money on ads that didn't convert well, and I just learned from it. So it's all just a learning experience.
All right, it's a good way to think about it. Just learn from the mistake rather than dwell on it.
Right.
Okay. And then, so from your original career, student and working in banking versus now what you do online, what is the kind of ballpark figures that you make in comparison, just so that people can kind of get inspired about like how it feels when you're starting out versus what you can do, what you can achieve?
Yeah. So when I was working at a bank, it was just a 9 to 5 job. So you would expect a regular, 5-figure a year salary.
Yeah.
So let's say low to mid 4 figures a month. you would
Okay.
get. Now it's lowish, five figures a month. So say $10,000 to $20,000 a month is totally realistic in this online marketing niche.
Okay, well that's fantastic. Because how long have you been doing this for?
5 years.
Yeah, okay, so totally achievable and something to work towards, because perhaps working 5 years in that banking industry wouldn't see you with such a great increase so quickly. All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Yeah. And then how much time do you spend working now versus at the bank? So you said then it was your typical 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. What's it like now?
Now it's freedom. I can really work from anywhere in the world now, and I don't have any set schedule. So it's up to me to just come in and check and just make sure really that everything is working properly. So depending on which field you go in, I do paid ads in online marketing. That's kind of what I really like, and that's my strength. So once I create the ads, I don't have to work 8 hours a day to maintain them. They just kind of run on autopilot. So I have to check them maybe once a day, maybe once every few days, something like that, and just the rest is up to me. Free time.
Yeah, so you invest your time initially creating the ad, and then you can set it off and it works on autopilot. That's amazing.
Yeah. Once you set up an online business, that's one of the benefits of an online business. Generally, is that once you set it up, you're free the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Unlike some businesses where you still have to work 8 hours a day to maintain the business, and more than 8 hours a day, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. So after more of like a passive income rather than active working every single day at the same thing.
Yeah.
So for our audience, could you define your specific niche, especially within affiliate marketing? And then could you tell us who's best suited to that kind of niche?
Niche? Well, yeah. So all my videos and everything I mainly teach is on paid ads. So Google ads and Microsoft ads specifically. And who would be suited to this niche? Probably someone who has some initial capital to invest in the ads. You have to spend some money on ads, and someone that wants results right away. So me, when I first started out, I learned that there were many different ways of making money online. One of them was, for example, building a website and letting Google rank you for SEO, but that just takes too long. You can speed it up. There are tricks you can do to like rank up and speed the process, but it still takes time. And I'm the type of person that likes seeing results right now, right away, even if I have to pay for it. So if you're that type of person that wants results right away, that want to see which direction you're going and want to learn, and you have some money to invest in it, this paid ad approach would be perfect for you as well.
All right. And then you go beyond just that affiliate marketing. You also teach now. So you've got online courses. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I have my training courses where I also teach you step by step how to run these and create campaigns in these networks like Microsoft ads, Google ads, Facebook ads. I also cover remarketing. And then I have my one big course, which kind of covers not just how to create campaigns, but how to actually make money as an affiliate marketer promoting these campaigns on these networks.
All right. So that's kind of like a marriage of all the information in one so that you can take it all and apply it immediately.
Kind of, yeah.
All right. And then why did you get into creating courses in the first place? What inspired you to get into that kind of content?
Well, in general, I just love to teach. So that's why I started my YouTube channel, just so I could share. So I love computers, absolutely love computers. I can sit here all day, just doing stuff on the computer. And I love teaching. I was a teaching assistant back in university. I was a tutor in high school and middle school. Every chance I could get to help and to kind of explain things, I always took. And then here via YouTube was my way of doing it. And then reason why I did courses is so well I could monetize it and put everything into a more neatly packaged kind of bundle of information rather than having to go through and search different YouTube videos for it.
All right. And then what I also read when I was doing a little bit of research on you is that you started as a course consumer. So obviously when you're getting started in affiliate marketing, you were looking through lots of courses. And I read in your kind of about page that you promise no fluff and no BS. What's that all about?
So there are lots of good courses out there, but there are also courses that, in my opinion, if it's a 10-hour course, 8 of those hours they spend just trying to motivate you and kind of just say things which aren't necessary. For me, for example, I know some people, you need that constant motivation. For people like me, I don't. I just need the content. Just teach me how it's done and I'll handle the motivation on my own. But what some of these people do is they spend, 30 minutes out of every 1 hour lesson saying, you can do it, guys. It's actually really easy. Here's how we do it. And it's like, I don't need this. I can go on YouTube and find a motivational video if I want motivation. So that kind of really, really gets me. And so I try not to do that at all.
Right.
I do motivate you a little bit, but I don't spend half the time doing it.
I find that quite interesting. You're probably right. There are a lot of, as you said, the fluff of it all, kind of getting you into the mood to do all of this content creation. And it's quite great that there's someone who applies another approach that is more content focused. This is what you have to do. Now go do it.
Yeah, right.
And then what is your process like when you're creating these online courses? How long does it take? Do you already have a lot of YouTube and video footage shot that you can use and reuse? Or do you spend a few days creating a curriculum? How does it go?
Yeah. So I definitely spend a few days creating a curriculum and then I record everything. Maybe takes another few days to edit it. Maybe takes another few days, maybe a week. So overall, maybe takes a few weeks for each course. But I already know the content pretty much inside out from my own experience. I am making money doing this. So yeah. I'm pretty comfortable talking about it and sharing it. I do like some of my YouTube videos have some content that is in the course, but it's either outdated or it's incomplete. It doesn't show every single step. And so the course is kind of A to Z. It doesn't leave anything out. It just takes you everything through step by step. And so, yeah, I create a list of what I would do before I write it. What would I be interested in as a beginner? Like, what should I have to know from step 1 to step 2 to step 3? And then I just map every single step out and I cover absolutely everything that I can think of in the courses.
Okay, fantastic. And I'm sure you use a ton of tools to accomplish all of this, both your affiliate marketing and your e-commerce, your e-learning side of things. Are there any specific tools that you find really useful, especially for video editing, for example?
For video, yeah. So there's a bunch of different tools for different needs, right? So for video editing, yeah, I just use Camtasia. I think that's the only one I use. Obviously, I have some materials that I also have, like a green screen, webcam, mic, all that stuff. But you don't need it if you're just starting out. In fact, I have some videos where I show you how you can create a YouTube channel without needing any of that. So there's some channels that succeed without needing any of this. There are ways to make it happen. But yeah, I use Camtasia really for recording, for video editing. It's an all-in-one tool.
Okay, fantastic. And then to kind of ask you some more about this e-learning industry, just some statistics and what you think about it. So let me just get the good ones. All right, so first of all, about 60% of the US online learning market comes from online learning products. So stuff like your online courses. Do you think that's an accurate statistic, or do you think more is actually based in your online courses?
So you're saying that 60% of all learning in the US is from online courses? Is that what?
No, so 60% of the online learning market, so everything that has to do with online learning just comes from the courses. Do you think more comes from the courses, or is it from other stuff? Do you find you make money from other parts of your product?
Well, when you say other parts of the product, do you mean like website, like YouTube, like stuff like that? Really hard to say. I think it's a combination of both. I definitely know that I bought courses, so I wouldn't be surprised if it is 60% and more.
Okay.
I know that I definitely bought a lot of courses. Yeah, but I joined it together with these other resources as well.
All right. And then do you teach your courses across platforms, or are they just available on your website? And what do you recommend?
Yeah, so all my content is only available through my website. I did have them up on Udemy before, which is a good platform. It's great. The only thing is their fees were a bit too high, and they would sometimes, add their own promotions and stuff like that, cutting the cost of my courses, which I didn't want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just decided that I want more control over everything. over the cost, over the content, over the reviews. So I just put it up on my website instead.
All right. So would you say that you kind of used Udemy as like a springboard to get your audience, and then you picked up all of your content and took it back to your website so that it's now all under your control?
Well, actually, when I put my courses on YouTube, Udemy, it was only when I had one course, which I created a long time ago. This was like 4 years ago, my very first course on conversion tracking. So I got some people buying it, but I wouldn't say enough to kind of switch over to my website. So the way I get my audience now is really YouTube, sometimes paid ads, where I pay my own money to run ads to my website, to my YouTube channel. People just find out about my website and they go to it via those means. Also SEO.
Yeah.
Even if I don't talk about it at all, there are some topics that I discuss that are of interest that people just search up and find again on either YouTube or just Google.
Okay, that's awesome. And then do you make use of social media beyond just YouTube, or is that where your focus is?
Mainly YouTube. I use Facebook to manage my groups, really, for the courses. So if you purchase any one of the training courses, you'll get access to an exclusive group for that specific course. Google ads, Facebook ads, Microsoft ads, the overall mastery course. And that's where people can go in and they can ask questions. They can help each other out. That's where I step in and help answer questions if the need arises. Yeah. So that's really mainly why I use Facebook as well.
Right. And you don't make use of Facebook ads?
Not as much right now. I used to when I was trying it out, and I have a bunch of videos and I know how to do it. I was making money when I was doing it. But over time, I realized that I liked Microsoft and Google ads much more.
Okay. So you've kept your focus to what you're enjoying.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Awesome. And then what does the future look like for you? So do you have a medium term or a long-term goal that you're looking towards?
Yeah, of course. So I want to grow, of course, grow income and grow my audience. So for YouTube, short-term goal, I'd like to hit 100,000 subscribers. For income-wise, I'd like to hit 50,000 plus a month. Long-term, obviously, want to make millions a month. Things like that. Want to have a million of subscribers. So just overall growing my brand, and over time, as people learn more and more about me and about all these different ways of making money online, I think that's a possibility.
Right. And with your branding, would you expand it into anything else? So beyond affiliate marketing and content creation, is there something else you want to try?
In terms of what, like, could you give an example of what else I could try?
Would you be interested in, I'm not sure, on one-on-one coaching, for example?
I already did that.
Oh, okay.
I already offered consultations on my website, but I decided to take it off just because I found that videos and course creation, all that was enough for me. I thought it was a bit too much, kind of doing this and then having, all these individual requests that I already covered 50 times, over and over again, and just too many people. So I thought I just focus more on kind of the large scale rather than helping 10,000 people 10,000 times. I thought it's more efficient to help 10,000 people one time.
Yeah, makes more sense.
Put my focus more on that aspect. Yeah,
and it's also a nicer passive income for you because you've got less time spent physically working with someone one-on-one.
Yes, that's a big part of it too. Yeah.
All right, and then
more freedom.
Would you perhaps think about creating your own online learning sort of platform, for example, or school as it is?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, these are good ideas. Definitely something I might like a membership site.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Maybe a podcast, things like that. Absolutely.
No, why not? Got all the equipment already.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. And then a few shorter questions. So
sure.
Is there a book or a podcast or a resource that inspired you when you were just starting out that you could recommend to our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have some of my friends that aren't sure what they want to do in life. They're not sure what their strength is or where they want to go. And they're kind of doing something that everyone's telling them to do. Yeah. Be a lawyer, be an accountant, be a doctor, and they don't like it. They absolutely hate it. And so if you're in that same position, if you're kind of not sure what you want to do, there's an excellent book that I read. It's called Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. And it kind of, just for that part alone, I would suggest it. There's a lot of useful content in there, but just for that part, he kind of tells you that, listen, you are a master of something, whether you know it or not. And you should get that information out there. Like, you should share it, and you can make lots of money with it. This is stuff that they don't teach you in school that you have no idea about, because they don't tell you that you can be making more than a lawyer or a doctor as an affiliate marketer. Nobody tells you that, but it's possible. And so this book kind of tells you about it, that it is possible, that you are a master of something and you can just go out and just share it. When I started my YouTube channel, I didn't know anything about online marketing. Literally, I started my channel about, I think 17 days in, and I just started making videos as I was learning, already.
Okay.
So that's a good book. Yeah. Expert Secrets.
Okay, brilliant. Expert Secrets. And then, is there any advice that you would give to your 18-year-old self? So just before you started this journey, what advice did you give yourself?
I thought about this a few times, and I really wish that I started earlier. I really wish that I started this whole thing earlier, because I started 2017. So it was like 5 years ago. Yeah. Imagine if I started, 10 years earlier instead of 5,
How far you would have come. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So my advice would be, I guess, just do it. Like, just try new things and just do it. Like, don't hesitate. Don't be afraid of what others will think or whatever. Just do it. Just go for it. Success isn't always linear. Like, there's not always just the 3 paths to success. There's way more that nobody tells you about, nobody teaches you about, unfortunately.
Yeah. Would you consider teaching people about all of those paths to success? You can make it another online course.
Yeah. This would be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, the 32 paths to success.
Is that Ty Lopez?
Oh, it might be, yeah. All right, fantastic. And then a prediction from you. So see if you can look into the future of your industry. What do you think affiliate marketing will look like 5-10 years in the future? Will it be all on YouTube? Will it have moved to TikTok? Will there be a new platform that'll see a boom? What do you think?
Yeah, so I think it's definitely going to grow exponentially, and I think it will grow to. I think eventually it's going to make its way to just the everyday average Joe hearing about it, because now the average Joe has no idea about affiliate marketing. They have no idea. So I think eventually it will make its way to those people's ears, because the online industry is booming, and I think maybe this is something they could even potentially offer in schools. Google ads, how to do Facebook ads, how to do this online marketing stuff. So I think that's eventually it would go down that road.
Yeah, digital marketing after double history first thing in the morning. Imagine, that would be quite cool.
Yeah, it's definitely growing, this field. It will forever grow, because marketing is nonstop. You can, as long as there's something to sell, there will always be marketing.
Okay. And then a final comment. So I did ask you a little bit about TikTok, just because it is this newish platform with video content that seems to be contending with YouTube. Do you think it presents decent competition, or who do you think will win in this battle?
Well, TikTok is more about like these short videos of people just kind of filming themselves, if I understand correctly, right? Like you can't make how-to videos on TikTok. Like you can't make 20-minute how-to videos on TikTok, can you?
No, it's very short content. So they're slowly extending the length of time you can make for your videos, but I don't think it's ever going to make it to 20 minutes because it kind of defeats the purpose.
Right. Yeah. So I think right now it's apples and oranges. They serve 2 different niches, although YouTube is directly competing with TikTok, and they have YouTube Shorts now. If you scroll down your newsfeed, I don't know if YouTube will win this battle. I think TikTok will stay a kind of master of its own field. But I think YouTube right now is by far the lead in sharing content and just getting these videos out. I think that's still the go-to. Okay,
yeah, definitely. And YouTube isn't just a video platform, it's also a search engine to an extent. So it's got that on TikTok as well. All right. Yes. And then a final question, where can our listeners find you?
Yeah, so you guys can find me on my website at ivanmana.com. I don't know if we're gonna write it somewhere. So
I will. I'll pop it in the tags in the
spell it
podcast
out.
comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you guys want to see my YouTube videos as well, so much free content. I have almost 400 videos now.
Wow.
Of just pure, videos anywhere from 5 to 1 hour long. So it's just free library of like a university information. If you just go to youtube.com/IvanMana, my name again.
Okay, fantastic. That's awesome. So thank you so much, Ivan, for giving us your time. And thank you to our listeners today. Oh, no, it's awesome to have you on. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to this on a podcasting platform, subscribe to the Systeme podcast so that you never miss an episode. Systeme is a digital marketing software platform packed with all the tools you need to grow your online business. Thank you, Ivan.